So, y'all ready for a recap?
Aren't we always?
No? Yes. Actually, yes. This time, yes.
This time, definitely yes.
Then previously, on the Arcanum Genesis, you all went on your way southeast to the Isle of Celeste. You all spent around 2 weeks taking a break from the chaos that has been recent events, bringing Aramis along to enjoy the warm beaches and your company. Over dimly lit firelight, late in the night, you asked Gwyn of his history. He told you the tale of his youth, how he was taken from his family, how his rebellious nature had gotten his arms taken from him and replaced with his own craft. How the past years of his life have been a haze. The very optimistic and happy appearance seemingly fading as he discussed it, but quickly returning after he finished. He asked Sanus of his history in turn. The blood hunter from Sivorn, of a high-ranking family within the Enclave of the Rose. One who attempted to overthrow the king, and one who faced exile because of it. He told the tale of his first and second life, at home and in exile. In time you all asked Sanus of Avar's history, to which you decided to ask Avar if he would rather explain it himself. After a few moments, the familiar Tabaxi appeared at the beach alongside you all, clad in armors and garbs that would seem almost regal. He told you his story. The story of the king's slaves, and the trail of bodies that he left behind. He told you that he would return to Sivorn, that he would begin his fight back against the evils of it, that he would make his shattered home whole again, and that King Soren would fear his name. You all finished your vacation on Celeste, dropped Aramis back off at Waterkeep, and set sail on the winds towards Irithyll, the large town built at the base of the mountains on the lonely isle. Asking the local, you inquired if there is any way to descend beneath the mountains, to which he told you of an ancient door with shifting text, a local landmark. Making your way, Veneria, casting Detect Magic, sensed heavy illusion, and immediately attempted to dispel it, doing so successfully. The script read, "The Lightborn of Fable and Fate, present your heritage and prepare to display your potential. So should the gates of Arcanum open and make your path clear, so the cycle may be ended, so that balance may be sated. Bringing your relics forth. Runes on the door lit up as it opened, recognizing your authority. Continuing forward, you entered into the long, ornate hallway, the doorway slowly closing behind you as darkness enveloped you all. Before long, making your way to a vast chamber, you are all greeted by a planar guardian. A simple trial before allowing passage. Calling upon the planes itself, it fought against you all, the lingering energy empowering both it and all of you. Before long, you struck down the guardian as the energy in the room coalesced at the far wall, showing a depiction of a tall crystalline tower, the likes of which from Veneria's dreams. The aether violet thrumming with energy, you thrust the blade into a receptacle in the wall, as the runes began to ignite, forming the outline of a doorway, which lurched open. You all stepped through to the place of Veneria's dreams, to the tower. You entered, and saw a single figure amongst the golden strands ascending the interior of the spire. You saw a white-skinned tiefling with dark crimson eyes. He addressed you courteously, saying simply, "I'm glad to see you've all made it. It's about time we had a talk in person. rather than influencing your dreams. My name is Zazel, but where you're from, they call me the Fate Weaver. They see me as a god. I would say that definition is a technicality. I'm sure you all have many questions. So come, let us discuss. And this is where we will resume. As the figure in the center of this spire begins to walk further towards the center, gesturing you all to follow.
Is anyone dreaming here? I feel like this is a dream.
This is no dream, Amble.
I mean, I can pinch you if you want.
Sure, I
roll to pinch Amble.
Go ahead and roll d20. Alright, natural 20. So
That's a pretty good opening to the episode, I'd say.
I crit pinch Amble. Oh no.
Amble, take 1 point of damage.
God! Fuck! Ah!
You're awake. This is not a dream. You are confident now.
Yeah, that... Fuck! God, that hurt.
That was all claws. Sorry, claws.
God, alright. Ah, fuck.
Vin rolls her eyes. She fucking follows.
Are you all coming?
Coming along, coming along.
Of course. Oh boy.
An unusual lot.
I mean, would you expect any less?
No, I've been keeping an eye for quite some time, so it's to be expected. I just wasn't expecting the first thing you all do upon entering my domain is to pinch each other hard enough to inflict an actual wound. I just wasn't expecting it, to be honest.
Maybe that's something to be
to
taken
be
to
honest,
heart then.
To be honest, neither was I. But
That's
here we
fair.
are.
That is fair.
I'm gonna be eating some good berries because, ow, that really hurt.
So, I've introduced myself. You have no need for an introduction here. I suppose I should ask, do you wish to start, or should I?
Well,
Man.
before you do, I have a curiosity, since I may not get the chance again.
Go right ahead.
Wonderful. He is going to drink a potion of enlightenment.
What is it you plan to do?
Take a bit of a look into, well, you. Not physically. Who you are, your past.
I always wondered what it would be like if you tried that on me. That would be an interesting experiment, to say the least.
Well, we're about to find out. I'm gonna try grim psychometry.
Alright.
Oh
So
god.
you have Potion of Enlightenment on.
Yep.
Go ahead, roll a history check at advantage.
Advantage.
And then make a intelligence saving throw.
Oh, Jesus.
History. And I'm going to go ahead and roll
Enlightenment.
again.
Yeah, roll 1d20.
Let's see.
So that brings it up
That
to a
is-
20 total.
It's a dirty
And-
20.
And a luck.
Alright, go ahead and roll another d20. 19?
That's better.
Okay.
So that's a total of 26.
That's better.
That's a lot better.
You said intelligence save?
Yes. Okay.
Oh!
Alright.
Oh wait, that was advantage,
Sick.
but the 24.
24. You pass.
Still.
You still take 20 psychic damage.
Mm.
Spicy.
There's some big mental fortitude there.
But your vision immediately goes to black. You see a vast open field. And it's familiar to you.
Don't tell me he's the go ahead.
Way off in the distance, you see a single figure next to the beginnings of a tree. And you feel yourself take a step back as you see the same individual on the front lines of a great war. You see the stone walls of Everstone, the scorched plain, this figure standing their ground, holding this great evil at bay. You feel yourself take another step back as you see this massive, 8-legged monstrosity. Make a religion check.
Religion, where are you, religion?
You're
I
not...
have no idea.
Yeah, not for the 4. You're not quite sure what to make of this image, but you feel this immense fear. And you feel that fear burn away as you watch this figure combat this legion of massive spiders. Feel yourself take another step back to once more that vast open field. And you see them approach this tree. As there's this flash of energy, this eruption. The figure is gone, and the tree withers and perishes before you. And that's where the vision ends.
Just to check, has this all happened sort of near instantaneously as Senus is just standing there?
You all watched Sanus take about 4 to 5 steps backwards, away from him as he's begun to profusely bleed from his nose.
Ah!
It happened over the course of about 3 seconds.
Okay.
Whoa!
He's just gonna sort of blink rapidly, just like eventually notice the nosebleed. Oh, that one's not happened before, though.
Yeah,
Kind of expected it, to be honest.
yeah, Vin will move up and just be like, "Holy shit!"
It's fine, just a little blood.
Oh, God.
You see
That feels odd.
Zazel wave his hand towards, and it's gone. It's almost as if it was never there. Back to full HP.
Oh, well, thank you.
Whoa.
Not a problem. Did you glean much?
You have quite the interesting history.
Thank
One
you.
older than Aether Garden, it seems.
That would be correct.
And perhaps one at the start of Aether Garden as well.
It's curious if you'd see that. Yes.
I've seen it once before. Well, in Aether Garden.
Right. I almost forgot. Either way. Anyone else have questions, inquiries?
Sheesh.
Your dreams, you should probably go first.
I suppose so. Yeah, what is this thing? Truthfully, she pulls out the Aether Violet and holds it out to him. It's a weapon, a key, a conduit, a multitude. I don't know how to describe it.
The
but
best way I can put it would be a conceptualization. An idea made reality.
Did you make this?
No. That predates me.
Do you know who did?
No one made it. The world made it.
What?
This blade, the Aether Violet, as you and others have named it, it was not forged. it was willed to exist by the world. So that one like you would rise to wield it. So that many could rise to wield it.
And those before me have.
The Rosario that you spoke with in your dreams was an echo of them, previous wielders of the blade. From this world or from others.
Others?
You saw it when you first grasped the blade, did you not? Infinite realities, brimming at your fingertips, coursing through you.
I mean, a blur, sure, but it was so much to comprehend at once.
This world is one of many. We are sequestered in our own corner, but we are not alone. To say the least.
So this... What... Has everyone before me who's ever had this ended the same?
No. That would be preposterous. It might be a multiversal constant, but what happens and what it's used for, it's up to the wielder.
Gosh. What about the rest of them? The other tools that we found, are they interlinked?
In what way?
Well, it just seems like they're all connected.
Yeah,
Us.
It's not saying that my bow, that it's from another universe, plane? What?
No. Aeon Storm, Requiem, and the Sun's Iris. I would not go as far as to say that they are a multiversal constant. Sure, they may exist in other realms, other realities, but the Aether Violet is special in that regard.
Then, do you know what it's meant to do? 'Cause I don't.
That is not for me to discover. As much as I'd love to tell you, I don't know. You used it to open a door. You used it to kill a heretical god. I think you've been putting it to good use.
She kind of shrinks back at the fact that, yep, she's done those. Yo, this guy is the real deal.
Well, I guess it's probably easy for you to say that you're the writer, and I guess that thing's your tool, huh?
Not even that. It's more like it was something, a gift in waiting, as strange as that seems. Something that was always meant for me.
I'd say at this point I'm just sort of like sitting on the ground and kind of just like lying back, like leaning back a bit on both my hands. Just kind of being like, well, great, multiversal, whatever the fuck, mysterious crystal swords. Vin's the hero of all the timelines. Where the fuck do we fit into all this?
Yeah, if
I
you've
wouldn't
been-
say that Veneria is the hero of every timeline in existence. That would be a bit preposterous. They failed many times.
Well,
But why you four is the question you're asking?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, shit, you got her, you got some weird vagrant from Sivon, no offense.
None taken.
You got Amble, who's Amble, and then you got me, fucking rat kid from, the garden who was just picking pockets, and now I'm talking to a god, question mark?
You
this is
sell
fucking
yourselves
ridiculous.
short.
Do I
I'm-
now?
Of course not. You're the heir to Xenom's throne, after all.
There's that again.
I know you've heard the term before. Lightborn.
Yeah.
That is why you're all here. That is why it's you four. An explanation is long overdue for what that term means. Lightborn are individuals with immense potential. Potential to overcome mortality, potential to refine craft and arts to the pinnacle. To be Lightborn is to break one's mortal bonds. Before I was here, I was Lightborn, as were many others during the calamity, as were all the gods before they ascended.
So, are we gods?
No, of course not.
I mean, I know that seems like a drastic, obvious answer, but
You're not gods. You merely have the potential. The possibility. The capacity.
alright, that's 20 pounds of WoW in a 5-pound bucket.
Not to be rude, that's it's a bit fucking hard to believe.
Yeah, no offense.
Is it truly? Did you not face against Sinred, the tyrant, on the peaks of Everstone and strike him down? Did you not descend into the depths of Azrath's lair and slay him? Descend into the Aether Dark and face down a clockwork monstrosity, wielding dreams as a weapon? Do you not kill an echo of Zujin, Tiamat's right hand? Don't sell yourselves short.
I mean, truthfully, no, I did not do those things, except for that last one. But, you know, makes sense. I get it.
I mean, okay, putting it into that kind of perspective, yeah, I guess it's just kind of all goes hand in hand with us just trying to survive. It just seemed like it was the right thing to do at the time, and to be honest, I know at any point in time we could have just ran away, but it just didn't seem like something we could truthfully, honestly do and continue on with ourselves.
Because what would be
It's
the
not-
consequences?
Well, if it wasn't us, then who?
Exactly. I do not wish for you all to go on this venture. But I didn't have any other choice but to give you that nudge. If
So why us?
I answered that question already. If I had not acted, Ilman, you would have been murdered at the hands of Winslow. Likewise with you, Ambo. Very potentially you as well, Veneria. If I had not
Almost.
interfered, Sanus, Soren would have had your head.
So you did all of this?
Only a nudge. Only to put you on the path to be ready. I guided you to Aramis to put you on the path to become stronger, so that when you did face Winslow, he would not prevail. Because if that were to happen, the Genesis project would lay dead upon the peaks of Everstone. and we'd be entering into the nether calamity. I should explain further. Every 1,000 years or so, there's a new age. One of calamity and one of peace. So-called peace. It has been 997 years since the calamity has ended. And if you all didn't stop the events of Tyron's fall, we would have begun the beginnings of the next calamity. It has been delayed, thankfully. But there's more to be done. And he looks towards you, Imp. So that's why you and the rest. Because if I didn't do anything, you would all be dead. And so would the rest of the Wildwoods. And soon after the rest of the world. This is much larger than just you four. There are many Lightborn in this world. You've met with many. Aramis, Gwyn, Mias. They are being guided in their own way. But you four are the brightest sparks of any Lightborn of this generation. You have the most potential.
Yikes, that's a lot of pressure.
Oh, we're not the most powerful of them, though, are we? Not yet.
Not quite.
We've met at least two of the others that are far more powerful for now. Haven't we?
That would be true. Zar. Arava.
The hell happened to them?
Yeah, if
I do
you
have an answer.
So I suppose you wouldn't know where my brother is either.
I'll get to that. What happened to
Shit.
Zar
Mm.
is complicated. Even I don't know that much about Aetherborn. It is a new phenomenon. But from what I've gathered, your brother, Ilman, was not there. He was not the one that spoke with you. It was his other.
Huh.
The previous Zar Ural. The one that was stricken down by your other.
That's, well, shit, that's troubling.
You mean... Holy shit.
He's being puppeted, locked away from control of his body. I'm not quite sure. All I know is that it's not him. As for Arava, it's not her either. Zar has many a pact and dealing with Tharizdun. They're an incredibly powerful individual, and I would go as far as to say have grown even stronger since their passing a millennia ago. Arava's seemingly just under his thrall. One with immense potential to serve alongside him, willing or not. The spitting image of a tyrant.
Alright, well, then I suppose the follow-up question, since I get lots of time with you and not a brief moment with King living in my head. Who the hell was this Zot ages ago during the calamity? I mean, clearly wasn't a good person brought about it, but like, is there any more information in regards to him?
He was the brother of King Uro the Last. Next in line to the throne. So Ilmin had to speak up against that with blade in hand. As I believe he told you, he wished to see the calamity continue. He wished to remain in power, for he knew once the calamity ended, Xenon would no longer need a king to unify it.
Huh. I think at this point, Nip is going to kind of just, like, flop onto its back a little bit and kind of just stare up at the golden threads above. Just sort of brow furrowed, clearly lost in thought.
I suppose that raises another question immediately. What are the Aetherborn?
I told you, I don't know that much. Individuals harboring a second spirit. As much as I know.
Well, I guess as much as anybody knows if that's the case.
My sight goes far, but it too has its limits. To press my consciousness past the divine gate is no easy task. As I said, I was once mortal as well.
What was your full name?
My name is Zazel Ix Veros. You've met with my descendants.
So they are... I thought the resemblance looked uncanny.
Yeah, it's a little hard to miss now.
A bit on the nose. Or the horn, rather.
So... all of this, I mean... it's just... the tower, the dreams, all of it. It all was meant to happen.
It was not what I wanted to happen.
What did you want?
I never wished to become a god in the first place. I wished to stay on the prime material plane and from there figure a way to put an end to this cycle of calamity and so-called peace.
Is this place within the divine gate, then? It must be.
That is correct.
She looks overwhelmed at this point. She looks... it's like a mixture of horrified, excited realization. We're on a different plane.
He gestures towards it. Pardon me. He gestures towards Aether Violet. It is its specialty, after all.
I don't even know what to say.
You did not call us across planes and across realities and through Tivian, whom I assume you know.
We were colleagues back in the day.
I assumed. Simply to have a lovely chat.
Of course not.
There is more.
There is. As I said, you prevented the first steps of the calamity returning. And I wished to speak with you all to bring you all up to speed.
Well, what comes next?
Well, I don't know exactly how long. My vision is muddled for the sake of the calamity. My best approximation is 2 to 3 years until the calamity returns again. By what means, I'm not sure, but when that time comes, you four, you're going to need to be ready. Come. I must show you something. As he gestures towards the far wall, and you see now, engraved into it, this almost outdated, but close enough, image of Xenon, mapped out across this wall. And he just turns away from it towards you all again. Who wants to go first?
I get up at this point. Amble, you've been pretty quiet. Why don't you go first here?
All right. Yeah, let's do this. And I guess I'll step up.
He puts a hand on your wrist and just places your hand onto the wall. As you see these faint trails of light just begin to slowly drift from beneath your hand and scatter across the map, before slowly beginning to coalesce into 2 spots. 2 bright burning motes of energy, hovering over Ubrix and Aventol.
Anywhere, like, I guess.
Do you pull out a map to cross-reference?
Yeah.
You would note it is guiding you to Ao in Aventol, and is guiding you to the lightless peaks of Ubrix. And as you take your hand off the wall, those motes of light wither and fade.
Jeez. What were those then?
Well, to put it simply, your ancestors of old wielded more than just blades and bows. Their armor waits for you as well. In addition to their other accessories, be them in the hands of others or hidden away by evils or guardians, waiting for the true wielder to return. There's more out there. For all of you.
I'm gonna look back to him and be like, well, Imp, I think it's your turn now.
Fuck it, why not? I guess round 2, traveling the world. I'm gonna get up and saunter on over to the big tiefling man.
He stands a good bit taller than you.
It's not exactly a,
Not yet.
no pun intended, not a high bar to cross.
Placing your hand on the wall, once more you see these trails of light begin to curl away from your hand and coalesce in 2 spots. One in the Frostborn, and one in Sivorn. Specifically referencing a map in Cord's Rest, and in the Old King's Halls.
Alright. I think at that point, it's seeing Frostborn and then Severnon are gonna be like, oh, great, alright, well, of course. Yep. Vin, you're up.
Okay. And she'll offer out her wrist as she approaches.
Once more the light separates from you and reveals the Frostborn and Uberks. Specifically Tyrant's Hold and Xenon's Core.
Hmm. Yeah, kind of similar to the two before. She kind of just surveys them for a moment and nods and then looks to Senis and says, "All right."
Sure, why not? Though I'm not sure I have direct ancestors that might have left me trinkets. Perhaps we'll call them blood cousins.
The wall shows what it wants to show. And you place your hand on it.
Mm-hmm.
You see Sivorn and Uberks, the Enclave of the Rose, and the Undead Settlement. That is why I brought you here. Those relics far from my sight would be of great service to you all. They are not, real quick, they're not nearly as important as what you bear already, but they would be great boons.
So, let's just say we do get these things, take on the relics of our pasts and, I'm presuming our next goal after that is to just prevent the calamity. That easy, huh?
Far from it. The cycles of life are not easily broken.
Great. Well, while we're on the topic of interesting little artifacts, I'm gonna fish into my pocket, pull out the chrono cadence, kind of flick it over to him.
He catches it.
I'm presuming this is the thing you manipulated a little bit to not have Winslow dust us?
That was not me.
Really now?
That was it. The ring itself, an embodiment of time, forged in the Aether, seems to have gained a will of its own in some regards. Seems to have taken a liking to you.
Huh. Haven't even worn the thing, but...
It's probably why it likes you.
I keep hearing all this Aetherborn, the Aether. What is this Aether, exactly?
Lingering energy from the plane of dreams. The... Sanus knows as much. I figured I should tell the tale of how I ascended. Albeit unwilling. The first Aether tree that grew was alone within the Aether Garden. I was told it was having strange arcane effects, and curiosity got the better of me. See, all my life I've been plagued by visions of potential futures, nightmares, and the like. It's a lot of Aether energy within myself back when I was mortal. Every night. When I entered and approached, I felt every fiber of my being thrum with energy, and before I had any chance to get away, I was destroyed entirely. cast into oblivion. I woke up here, confused. Can only presume what had happened the time I was gone, for when I next looked upon Xenon, there was a mountain range surrounding where I had died, and a vast forest that was tearing through the plane of dreams along with it. I could say it was the greatest mistake I've ever made, albeit an accident, a mere curiosity. The Aether is the plane of dreams seeping through the cracks, through the tears. Suppose that's why they see me as the god of dreams. And why I have such potency over it.
Huh. I was gonna say, if you had any doing in the creation of the Aetherborn, but you said it yourself, you aren't sure what's up with them. Follow-up question, let me ask, does the name Marin Ural mean anything to you?
The previous Empress, before she perished to the hands of Tsar. May she rest in peace, as well as your mother.
Yeah, I've gleaned that much, but what I heard when I talked to my dad is that my Marin, my mother, wasn't killed by Tsar. She went mad and killed herself, apparently, after having died in her dreams every single night. If she had a spirit living in her head and it did that to her, and then Tsar has one that's actively, taking a hold of him, I just feel like there's so much more that needs to be learned here, but I'm not getting any of it.
I agree entirely.
It's kind of freaking me out a little bit.
And that's why Tivian is so dead set on learning more about the Aetherborn. Why one of the Genesis Project's main goals is to figure out the secrets of what it means to be Aetherborn. Laura and I are looking for some sort of solution so that things like what happened to your mother wouldn't happen to anyone else. There are very intelligent people, very talented individuals, looking for the answers.
Damn.
I suppose we're some of them, aren't we?
I wouldn't say you're directly searching into the Aetherborn, researching as much as the Genesis Project, but as you grow, Ilman, as you become stronger, as your connection with King Ural grows stronger, you seem to be learning more about it every day.
I suppose I am, though. Yeah. I think I'm gonna kind of look at the ground a little bit, pause for a moment, just thinking, before kind of continuing. I suppose you wouldn't know anything about, is it typical for things made of the Aether to be able to manifest in the physical realm?
Only of a certain caliber. Individuals of immense importance, individuals of immense power, and in places where there's either a lot of stagnant Aether, or a place where they spent a lot of their time. If you're referring to Ilman, he was able to manifest atop the peaks of Everstone because he spent a fair bit of time there. Didn't cost nearly as much of his energy to do so.
And the woods are loaded with that sort of stagnant energy, which is why he's able to come out there pretty easily.
With the events of the Arcanum Genesis, the sheer amount of arcane energy flooding the world, I could see it being quite easy for him.
Right. Well, I think at this point I'm going to kind of like step back, just mulling things over, arms crossed. If any of y'all want to take the reins.
So, we have one that has literally a key to multiverses. One that's...
No. I'll stop you right there. The Aether Violet does not allow travel between multiverses. It is a multiversal constant.
Regardless, this great weapon, essentially, this, I'm going to be like pointing to Imp, phenomena of magic, what about me and Sanus? What's so special about us two? I mean, besides Sanus and his blood, literally.
Amble, you descend from General Amble Markex of the Chromatic Dawn. The man that waged war against Tiamat, that tamed the Chromatic Dragons during the calamity to turn Tiamat's army against her. And you bear a brighter spark than he ever had. You need not ask what's special about you, for you are the bane of gods.
Well, that's a hell of a title. What about me, then? My ancestors.
First, I will touch on Sanus, to satisfy both Amble and Sanus' own curiosity. Sanus, you bear no blood relation to the one that wielded that blade, or was set to wield that blade before you. But you are alike, nonetheless. In personality, mindset, and skill. You are following the same path that they were, and should they have lived the events of Tharis Dune's assault upon Everstone, I have no doubts that they would have as much of a reputation, if not more, than the others that you stand beside. Just an unfortunate circumstance that his time came too soon. And you, Veneria, you also share no blood relation with the Veneria Rosario of old. You can call it coincidence if you'd like. I'm not sure quite what to make of it, but sometimes, when the world's in danger, it wills its heroes.
Damn. I figured it would be a little bit more tight-knit than that, but that's a hell of a coincidence.
Fate's
Talk
fickle, I suppose.
God damn it. You talk about my title and I don't know, literally being born to save the world. Ugh.
Well, I don't think it's just me or you alone. It's kind of everyone in a weird way. It's just only now am I realizing that so many puzzle pieces fell into place.
It's fine. I knew I was always special.
It's true, he has.
La-di-da, and glory sent for you, Sanus.
Thank you. I'm glad you recognized that.
Mm-hmm. You got a sense from us. I mean, obviously you get it. It's just... What the fuck, dude? Forgive my language. I probably shouldn't say that to a god, but seriously!
You can
this
swear
is
as much as you
nuts!
fucking want, I don't care.
Well, of course I can. Thanks for the clarification, but... Like...
I understand
guess a
it's a
part
lot
of-
to take in.
I guess a part of me shouldn't be surprised.
Though, that clarifies quite a bit, but perhaps not everything. I don't know whether or not you have all the answers, though, but you said the calamity is likely to start, or, well, possibly start, within 2 to 3 years, and by that time we need to be ready. You also say that you wish to stop the calamity, stop the cycle. That brings 2 questions. One that I think I know the answer to. Why stop it? This is a cycle that seems to happen over and over again in the world, or so that seems to be what you imply. What motivation does a god, though once mortal, have in stopping a cycle like that?
Because I love this world, Sanus. And I'm tired of seeing it end.
I thought as much, but I did have to ask.
He just nods.
And the second, apart from being prepared, apart from elevating ourselves to whatever horrific encounter might start a calamity, is there other preparations that we can take? Other steps that usually precede a calamity?
You've already prevented one of them. Evil rising to power is but the beginning of calamity being able to take hold with ease. Sinrid claiming the Wildwoods as their domain would not have been the beginning of the calamity, but a step towards it. Preventing things such as that would very well buy you time, if not make it easier on you later. Building allies as you have been. You're not going to be alone in this fight. I can tell you that much. I suppose it's difficult to suggest different ways to prepare, but in all honesty, I don't know the best way to prepare, outside of continuing what you've already been doing.
It's a shame. A part of me kind of wishes I could ask you how it all ends, but I know you don't know that answer either.
Not that I think we would know or want to know. That's a tall order there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
My vision.
I think you're all underselling ourselves. We know how this ends. We're successful.
Wow. That's the goal.
We just need to figure out how to get there.
I think what we've been doing has been pretty damn effective, if I may be honest.
Well then, we have a path.
I'd be
Where do we
inclined to agree. You all have done... How can I say this besides... exceeded expectations to the point where you impressed a god.
I mean, I'll take that with a cup of sugar. That's pretty wild to hear, not gonna lie.
We've done some pretty crazy shit, and yeah, I guess just that verification is just a little icing on the cake, really.
I'll be honest, it makes a lot of sense. We've gotten away with some things that people probably shouldn't survive.
That was your doing, not mine. I merely nudged you along this path. I
As
merely
you've said.
put the pieces in play. Put a map in Lucien's home. Put a letter in an old soldier's mailbox. Had an old friend call an old friend for help. And have a library assistant seem a bit more willing to accept aid from a stranger.
Well, I guess thanks for the nudge then.
Yeah, no kidding.
You need not thank me. It was your choice to take the step. Now, I know you were about to ask before I cut you off, where to next. And he snaps his fingers, and in the center of the room, as you all turn towards it, you see a table set up with a nice spread of food and drink. A couple nice chairs set up. You must be exhausted after fighting the Planar Guardian, and I'm sure you have plenty of more questions about the world around. I can tell you, in my time I spent a lot of it traveling Xenon, lending aid where I could. If you have questions about certain places, I'd be happy to impart what little knowledge I have on it.
I do have a few questions.
Yeah, let them hold off. I want something to eat, and she goes to sit at the table.
Oh yeah, Zazel is also sit at the table, and he's enjoying himself, it seems.
Well, I have a few, though perhaps you may be able to predict some of them. They pertain to the blood hunters of old.
But of course.
I don't know how secretive they were back then, but were you able to meet them?
I worked alongside with quite a few of them. The practices of hemocraft were quite new back then. Suppose you don't know the whole history of how it originated.
Unfortunately not.
Then allow me to inundate you. Hemocraft was a gift from the first of Bahamut's children, an idea that they had formed, one that they would not be able to wield, but as a gift to humanity. Theon, the Diamond Dragon, gifted the idea of hemocraft to the mortal world to fight the calamity. And I was not one for it, personally. But many others were, and I encouraged that study. Spoke with, well, the Lords of Everstone, that you have put to rest at long last. They were some of the first to master it. There are others, some that still linger, and the new orders that have begun to rise. I know not much more than that. But I was there when it was founded. And it turned the tides of the calamity.
And I suppose the next question. I have a little knowledge. A few places where some of the orders were, or possibly where some of them still reside. I don't suppose you have any other
The tome you
knowledge
found.
of past?
The tome you found beneath Everstone had the names of everything you needed to know. All the locations. It was a directory, so to speak. Any new locations? He just shakes his head. Would be blind to me. As I said, my vision of lately has been muddled.
Understood. It will be interesting to see if anyone else has taken up the practice.
Of course. Hopefully in the right hands.
Well, unfortunately it sounds at least one order, not quite, but
That much
I'll
I
do my
glean
best
from your
to correct.
conversations.
exactly. I'll have to do my best to correct that.
Ms. as well is Lightborn. Not nearly as much potential as the rest of you, but one to rival, I would say.
Vin's chewing on a piece of bread and is like, that brown chick?
Yes,
Xenis nods.
the assassin that began learning from their mother. That's as much as I know. Her spark,
Oh.
while bright, doesn't clear what's muddled. Did anyone else have any important questions?
Vin swallows.
Thank you.
I guess I'll come out just on the high ground. Do you know how Xenon came to be?
No, that was far before my days. I was
Then-
born in the midst of the calamity. Well, the previous calamity.
Well, if that's the origin, then... I mean, I think we've been told enough about what it was like, but how really did it happen?
I don't know. You mean,
Yes.
wait, do you mean the creation of Xenon or the calamity?
The calamity.
Oh, well, that much I can answer. The calamity of old started when the divine gates were lowered. Opened. When those that were once sealed returned to the world to wreak havoc upon it. Became the battlegrounds of the gods. As much as those with good in their heart didn't want to, if they just stood by, the world would be destroyed. And so Ubrix, the once great land, became a battleground. Bahamut and Tiamat sparred, while Lolth and Kord clashed. The stories continue. There's a lot that happened in the calamity. From the invention of the arcane rail cannons, the establishment of Everstone, and the retaking of the Wildwoods. Well, that's what you call them today. Many victories were had near the end.
I would like to imagine, yeah, She goes to say and just shuts up, but then after that, just kind of speaks back up again and is like, "What was that you said about the Wildwoods?"
That it was retaken.
Was it something else?
It's hard to have a civilization during an age of war and terror where the gods walk the earth.
All right then. Did it have a name before then?
Whatever name it had was lost to time. Before my time, even.
Oof.
So wait, calamity always starts with the divine gate getting fucked in some way and the gods returning to the earth to continue their little bouts, right?
Not specifically. That is not mandatory. That is just what happened last time. It is, by all means, possible for a calamity to come where the divine gates don't open at all. You can consider the divine gates opening to be a worst-case scenario.
Alright. Well, then two questions. How many calamities has there been exactly?
I've spoken with Ayun on occasion. One of the first gods. One of the first Lightborn to ascend. They don't know how long exactly. But they've been watching for 31 cycles.
Well, then the follow-up question is, do we know what is exactly causing these cycles?
I wish I could tell you.
Oh man.
I feel like this whole time I've been pondering over the maps, and just looking after these locations. Can I make some kind of history check to see if I know anything about most of these places? I mean, I probably won't know anything about Aventol or Urbix, but like maybe the Frostborn.
Make a history check at disadvantage.
All right. Ooh, big 6.
Yeah, you recognize the name Ao from Aventol to be the name of the Sapphire Dragon, the city that was named in their honor. You don't really know much else besides that, and you don't really recognize any of the other names.
Zazel, can you... I mean, since you've been across Xenon and, well, I don't think really any of us, well, except you, Sanos, none of us have been really out of the Wildwoods. Do you know any of these spots that you showed us?
Not a lot, but points to, for the Frostborn. I know Tyrant's Hold is where Sinrid was, his home. The Old King's Halls was where the last king of Xenon had their throne. Gestures over to Ubrix. Xenom's core was a place torn through the earth during one of the fights amongst the gods. An unnatural formation, so to speak. Gestures to the lightless peaks. This, well, when I was on the material plane, it was nothing more than a mountain. And the undead settlement was... well, it was dead long before I was alive. The city flooded with hordes of undead. Some say tears between the Primaterial Plane and the Shadowfell. The plane of undead and death. Gestures to Sivorn. Sanus can... That's Evar. What the fuck?
Avar, how?
Oh, hi,
pretty-
Evar.
That's a pretty good impression, not gonna lie.
Thank you, I've been working on it quite a bit. Sanus can... fuck, I did it again. Sanus can tell you more than enough about the Enclave of the Rose. And Cord's Rest was... well... It's where Cord, the god of storms, made a final stand against several of the Betrayer gods. A long time ago, there was a small town that he defended there. Before it flooded over.
I have a terrible feeling of dread in my stomach about all of these places. Unfortunately, the stories that we've heard haven't been pleasant. Barring Aventol, at least.
I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be like every other thing, you know, I highly doubt we're gonna be able just to wander right on in and steal it. I mean, it's like the nice god said, probably guarded by someone who wields it now, or some protective sorts that's just waiting for the right person to show up. We're gonna have to probably fight tooth and nail for whatever it is these things are.
Like,
Are you saying we can't?
yeah, it's not like we
I'm
haven't
not
before.
saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, don't be surprised, because that seems pretty par for the course at this rate.
I suppose that's fair.
Well, I have a feeling we might have to do a good bit more than just that.
Yeah.
Probably.
To think
It's
what
not
you did
just-
on the path to claiming the Sun's Iris, Aether Violet, Aeon Storm, and Requiem. All the good you did along there.
I mean, yeah. Guys, like... we've done a lot in the last half a year.
You've done more than just rush to claim old relics. You've saved hundreds, thousands of lives. You prevent the Clockwork Army from turning against the Wildwoods. You prevented Waterkeep from being sunk into Zahagan-infested waters. There's so much more to be done in the world. With your potential, I have faith in you all.
Well, faith from a god, it's a bit ironic, but hey, I guess it's worth something.
God only by technicality.
Regardless of technicality, still pretty impressive.
Yeah, no offense, sir, you are... I have wondered for a while, but... I mean... you basically know our lives!
I had to. So I'm
What
not
do you
going
say
to let
to
this
someone...
world die.
What do you say to someone who knows everything about you?
I'm not sure.
I guess what we've been asking works. It's just, I feel there's so much more to ask, but I'm just not sure what to ask.
Weren't you, curious about your brother?
Yeah, you did say you were going to mention him at one point.
Your brother, Tavaro. He is not Lightborn. He has no spark for me to follow through the muddled world, through my vision. I'm not sure where he is.
You and everyone else.
Well, if you're asking about Vin's brothers, how about my two?
They too lack a spark. They are no Lightborn. They are hidden from my sight.
Well, looks like we're in the same boat there, Vin.
What about the rest of our families, though? Our siblings, our parents, my grandparents. I'm sure you know of them. How could you not?
I do. And they've taken their precautions of protecting themselves from my sight.
I call it cowardice.
You'd be correct. The speaker's, investigating the cause.
I still wonder what it all meant. I'm gonna have to face her someday, aren't I?
He just looks up towards all of the interweaving golden threads. Fate has a weird way of weaving, and I wouldn't be surprised if you were right. But I'm confident that should the time come, should you prepare yourself to prevent Calamity's end, you can put an end to whatever it is she's doing. It won't be easy if they can stop the vision of a god, but you have more potential. All you need to do is grow.
I like to think I've been doing a lot of that as of recently. Well, that answers that then. She just kind of slumps back in her chair.
Anyone else have any questions?
I'm good here.
I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm ready to stop this calamity, I guess.
Thankfully, you have time.
Yeah, thankful.
More like luckily.
Damn.
Well, would it be worthwhile to potentially ask you for one more nudge?
In what way?
Where to start? Really?
That is honestly quite up to you. Although the climate of the Frostborn is a bit tense right now, and Avar does seem to be setting up, well, an all-out assault in Sivorn. So if your options are between Ubrix and Aventol,
Yeah, I don't like a settlement full of undead folks, so I think Aventol sounds mighty nice. You ask me.
I was actually gonna ask if, because Avar's thing wasn't gonna be anytime soon, was it? Like, he was just gearing
No.
up for it?
he's setting that up.
Okay, so, yeah, because I was like, well, yeah, I guess, Aventol is probably the closest, right? So,
What, do you mean you don't want to go to a place that is said to be filled with undead and a link to the Shadowfell?
yeah, the
No.
same fucking place that we had to deal back in Everstone? Yeah, I think I'm good on that
Not
part.
the same.
Oh no,
Not
it's
the same.
it's not the same. It's probably worse.
Well, it was the same plane, wasn't it?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
The difference, let me explain for you, Amble. The Shadowfell is, think of it as a dark mirror to the Feywild. What was happening in Everstone was Tharizdun tearing open rifts from the Abyss. I would personally say the Abyss is a bit worse than the Shadowfell, thankfully. But given Vecna and his doings, I'll just say the Shadowfell has not been exactly a safe place to be.
Tao?
Yes?
Can I don't think... What would you need to roll to know what the Feywild is? Because I'm not sure whether or not Vin would know what that is.
Roll Arcana.
Okay.
I'd be surprised if the resident wizard didn't know what the Feywild is.
Well, I'm curious more than anything, because it feels like it would be. I'll roll for sake of 11.
You don't know much about the Feywild. All you know is that it is the home plane where the elves originally came from. You know, it is where, like, fairies and pixies are. You know, it's a very weird place.
And basically, all of it is magical.
It's very, very magic heavy, yeah.
She's just like, yeah, this is the first time she's ever heard of this mirror world, I think, properly. Like, she's just kind of like, about that. And just like, that just all sounds not great. I think I even told us our first best go.
I figured as much.
Oh,
Do you
darn.
all-
I was going to have fun with zombies.
I'm sure your time will come. Don't you worry.
You have approximately 2 to 3 years, so plenty of time. Do you all plan on leaving, or do you wish to stay?
I mean, your hospitality has been nothing but generous. But I don't know. I think I know I'm ready.
Listen, how often are we going to get the chance to say that you've slept in close proximity to a god?
You are right.
That sounds so much weirder when you put it like that, though, Santa. Specifically when you put it like that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Would you mind if we rest up within your vicinity before we head back out?
But of course. You could say for the course of the past hour and a half we've been talking real time, you can take a short rest.
Oh,
Cool.
And also for the sake of it, let's see here. You all gain 6 temp HP,
ooh.
have advantage on wisdom saves, and cannot be frightened or poisoned, and are immune to poison damage until the next long rest. Because you all ate the hero's feast.
Oh shit!
Ah,
Nice. All right. I
sick.
feel like I gotta roll some more dice here. I feel like that's going to be implying something. Oh boy.
No, that's just his hospital. Like, he's a god. He can just cast that shit, man.
Very true.
Like, straight up.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, in time, as you all are getting ready, Zazel would approach you, Veneria. May I see your spell book?
Yeah, definitely. And she's gonna hand that thing right on over.
As you like turn it towards him, he just kind of waves his hand, and the book flips open in your hand still, towards a blank page near the end. Do you mind?
Whoa, yeah, go for it.
You see his eyes flash with this bright pink energy as this rune immediately begins to crawl and burn into the page, as it seems a spell has been added to your book. This will allow a brief conversation every now and then between the two of us.
Whoa.
Should you have any
Thanks.
questions, perhaps I could
I-
glean some insight. But
Wow. Thanks. I mean, dang. Awesome. Wow.
well, if you four are going to be working alongside me and trying to prevent the world's destruction, figured I'd give you the best tools for the job.
It's greatly appreciated. What have I acquired? Benevolent DM.
Contact other plane.
Ooh.
Yo!
This version of the spell only works to contact Zazel,
That's fine.
but it is guaranteed to work. You don't have to make a saving throw when casting it, but you can only use it once every 7 days.
Ooh.
Okay.
Divine Intervention 3.
Yeah.
Not really.
Oh.
Divine intervention is very different. This is you ask some questions.
I need to get that jotted down somewhere eventually. But cool. Very neat.
Yep.
All right.
And
What spell even is that, if I may ask?
fifth,
Oh, shoot.
it is
I'll just add it as
a ritual.
temporary.
So you can spend.
Whoops.
It is a ritual, so you could spend 10 minutes to do it without spending a spell slot. And he continues. And should you all wish to return to this place, unfortunately that doorway works only once every lunar cycle. So
Oh boy.
the doors to this
Understood.
realm will be closed for the next month.
Noted. But still, good knowledge to have.
Got it. Once a month tea time with a god.
I would not be opposed to having visitors. It gets quite lonely to be in here, to be honest.
Well, that sounds like an open invite then.
Of course.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll definitely be following that up for sure.
Well,
Thank you, all of you.
And thanks to you as well. This has been beyond helpful in many ways. Admittedly confusing in a lot of others, but that's kind of part of the fun, isn't it?
troubling as hell, but I mean also kind of enlightening, so.
Hey, I'll take what we can get, and this is definitely above and beyond.
Well, I don't got anything else really to do myself. I even told y'all.
I think it's time.
I think perhaps let's get to the ship first.
Well, how else?
I
are we
can
gonna
send
get
you there.
Oh.
To your ship.
All right. That sounds pretty easy.
But thank you all for visiting. And do visit again.
We'll
Gladly.
we'll definitely be
We'll
back.
look forward to it.
He holds his hand out and casts plane shift on all of you.
More.
And you're standing on the deck of the Perseverance.
Oh fuck.
Hey, Gwyn.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back.
Hi.
Oh, I didn't hear y'all get on.
We got plane shifted by a god. Don't worry about it.
Also, apparently you're
I wish I was joking.
What?
I would like
said-
to imagine me all talking.
Everyone's talking at once. I'm confused.
It's probably what actually would have happened anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of weird shit happened, that's all you need to know.
A lot of weird shit just happened.
Also, you're very special. Like
You are very cool. You are cool. You are important.
What?
more than you think.
What?
Trust us.
Thanks?
You're welcome.
You're super welcome, but like seriously, we have a lot of shit to do, Gwyn.
Okay.
We're on our way to Avon's
Can you fly
Oh,
us?
shit. To Haven. I mean, yeah. Let me set a course.
Very cool. Oh god, guys, holy shit! I'll be right back. She's going back. She's gonna go to her room. She has a metric shitload of shit to write down right now.
Okay.
And
I'm
this is-
definitely.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say definitely gonna cast sending to Miz and have a fun update.
Oh boy.
Alright. 25
Oh,
words.
boy.
Bring it on.
Words. Let's go.
Miz met a god, comma.
Good start.
Do have to go to Frostborn eventually, comma. Have potential job opportunity for you, comma. Spying in different country. I don't know how many words that
You have
was.
5
24.
left.
Just put a bunch of emojis at the end.
Oh my god.
Less than 3.
We'll have them reach out.
You get a response. I'll see if it's the kind of job that my mother would be interested in me going to do. And what do you mean you met a god? That's preposterous. That's all you get.
The follow-up one, which will be tomorrow, will literally be just like technical god, I guess, but Yeah,
That doesn't
that's the entire message.
That doesn't clarify things. I'm incredibly concerned.
Oh my god.
Also, I asked my mother, and I'll get back to you, or, well, I'll try to get back to you on whether or not I can edit
That's
the message
more than
cuts
25.
off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was going for. Bitch. Either way, we are going to take a brief break here.
Very
Okay.
cool.
Be right back.
Fuck.
I have a lot of post-it notes that I just wrote.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Oh man.
I must have wrote like a page.
Here's where we resume on the deck of the Perseverance. Gwyn getting ready to have the ship take to flight.
I'm scooting off to Mias' room and being like, alright, I got a lot of shit to explain.
You
For
try to
sake of
open the door. It is locked.
Mias.
You get no response.
I'm gonna be like, hey Gwen, where the fuck's Mias?
In a room.
Mias.
No response.
Can't you just pick her lock?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm fucking concerned now. I'm gonna pick that lock.
Make a Thieves' Tools check.
I swear to God, Tao.
Not even gonna check if it's trapped? Damn.
Sort of fucking God, Tao.
I'd like to roll for... Oh, too late.
The door opens, and you see Mia sitting cross-legged with her eyes closed in the center of the room.
Oh, okay.
Various bits of
Explains a lot.
incense surrounded, and they seem to be completely out of it.
I think I'm just gonna then make myself sort of comfortable in a room, because... Can I presume she's meditating?
Make an insight check.
18.
You get the feeling, the general vibe that this might be similar to what you recently learned from Aramis.
In that case, I am going to back out of the room, reclose it, relock it, as if
Make
I
a
never
Thieves'
was
Tools
in there.
check.
Second time I've attempted this campaign.
Yep,
Do
reverse
we...
lockpick.
Sorry, do we see you come back out?
Make a stealth check as well.
KJ, shut up! 22.
No one sees him do anything
we
ever.
Fucking don't.
I
The
was
man's
Jesus,
minimum
man.
stealth is 22. No one has passive
Thieves'
perception higher than like 18.
Look at this fucking rap sheet. Thieves' Tools 22, Inside 18, Thieves' Tools 31, Stealth 22. Are you fucking kidding me?
reliable talent. Fun.
Rogues.
Rogues.
Yeah.
I full on barged in and was like, oh shit, she's meditating. Okay, never mind. I was never here to lock, okay?
Yeah.
You know what?
In and out.
At least he can get away with it.
Somehow you locked
Clean.
the door better this time, though.
It's locked better than it was before.
Bias is now locked in the room. But yeah, that's the situation with Mias right now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was concerned. I swear to God, I thought I was gonna go in there. There's gonna be a corpse. I was gonna fucking scream.
Not quite.
Meanwhile, Sanus is gonna kind of try and reach out to Ivar now.
Okay.
Hey, Ivar, you there?
You don't get a response.
Damn. Well, I'm going to leave a message. That's how this works, right?
No.
Do I see Sanus doing this? Because, I had the same idea.
You note that the rings of far speech don't work longer than 1,000 miles.
Oh.
We are out of range, boys.
Wait, you tell me?
By a lot.
Damn. Alright. Can...
Does anyone know sending?
What about your fancy stone?
I already used it.
Use it tomorrow then.
You already used it.
I already used it tomorrow
What?
for a fucking meme.
Right.
It was worth it.
Yeah,
I'm not taking it back.
I know you're not.
Can I use?
Okay.
Can I use the ring to call Lorelei?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Since we can't talk to Avar.
No response.
Bitch! Ah! Alright, well, seems like we're going in blind, guys. Aventol. I know nothing about it. Does something tickle your fancy? Is I'm gonna, like, pull out a map and just kind of show the lay of land, I guess?
I mean, straight up, Sanders is the only one who has been on a different continent besides us. I don't think any of us have ever been off of the fucking wildwoods besides Celeste.
Yeah!
And I
Is
haven't
that-
been to Aventol,
And
so
Gwen speaks up, and Celeste is part of the Wildwood still.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Technically, we never left. Ugh.
well, I mean, what's the capital? Is it Ao?
Make a history check.
Can I join in on that?
Go ahead.
Would it?
I was about to say, I can't
Yeah.
because of my history roll from earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my history is pretty banging. 26.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You're both pretty confident that Focal is the capital.
Okay, so yeah, let's go to Ao first, because it's probably not good to fly an airship right into the capital and without warning.
Ooh, that's a good thought. Maybe we shouldn't even park the airship near a civilized area. Is that too cautious? Am I being overcautious?
Hey Gwen, do we have any communications on this ship?
I remember you mentioning getting Avar to get a ring for my robot hands, but that never really panned out.
We'll have to bug him about that later.
I also have signal flares, but I don't know how far away from the ship that you'll be going, so...
Well, I was more thinking communication to like communicate down to Ao and tell them we're not invading.
Oh,
Please don't fire.
yeah, no, I don't have anything like that.
Okay, we'll just have to park the ship a little bit further away and walk.
I mean,
It's
I
fine by
guess
me.
I could try and fly down.
That requires getting the airship very close to the city.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. They would see us coming forever away. Okay.
You can trust me if you need me to park far away and y'all can walk. I can keep the airship safe.
Well, fly. Because, we got Orin and then you flying.
Let's just find solid ground to park on first once we get there.
But closer to Ao then, right?
I think so.
So off to AO.
Yeah.
Off to
why not?
Ao-ish.
And let's
We
get
could
on the
even hide
winds.
behind the mountains or whatever.
And Gwyn returns to the top of the deck as you feel the airship begin to lurch up and forward off towards Aventol.
As we were flying, I would like to do something.
Yep.
I am going to go to my room, lock the door, and I am going to attempt an Aether Communion.
Go ahead and roll a percentile.
How
You're
the
trying
hell do
to-
I roll a percentile?
You roll a D100.
D100.
Is it a D100?
You have to roll an 11 or lower.
No.
You spend about an hour in meditation. You breathe in and you breathe out. Focusing, meditating, you're trying to reach for it and you just can't quite establish a connection between you and your Aether spirit. You can mark off one failure to the chain for the sake of next time you try.
Hmm.
You can add, because I believe it increases by your level every time. Half your level, so next time you try you'll have to roll below a 16.
Okay.
So you can mark that off. But you all continue forward.
Just to check, how far will the flight be? 3 days?
Allow me to do the maths real quick. Yeah, 3 days.
Sweet. I get 2 uses of sending. The first one is to Avar.
Okay.
So, for Avar. Met God. Comma.
Okay.
Let's see. Also have idea. Period. Reach out to Ms. Comma, Drow Assassin. Comma, to see if can help with spy work. That's 25.
Okay. And that was your first one.
Yep. And the second one is to Lorelei.
Okay.
Met God. By the way, you're related.
Oh my god.
Response you get from Avar. I will keep that in mind. I will try to make a connection with this contact before I go forward. And you get a response from Lorelei. What? That's it.
That's fine. That's all I wanted.
Oh my god.
No elaboration.
Good. Fantastic. We set sail for Aventol.
Yes.
Lordy.
You all sail on the winds southwest to land you've never been before. An allied nation to the Wildwoods. Considerably smaller, but still very potent in what they do. Going over top the Mistwalker's Way, you see the clouds hugging the surface of the water for miles and miles on end that raise high, high above, disrupting even your vision as you continue forward for a full few days through the mists. Gwyn confident enough to steer you through them. Before long, you breach the clouds and set your eyes upon the vast landscape of Aventol. The massive hourglass desert visible in the distance with the massive lake in front of it. The mountains of Ao and Eiffel off in the distance. The cities built into them. The vastness of this new land. And before long, you sail to the outskirts of Ao.
One small thing.
Yep.
Just retcon. I'd like to make a greater potion of healing in the interim.
Go ahead. Roll a Alchemist Tools check.
Oh, I was doing herbalism. That would fail, so luck.
Okay. It's fine. You mark off the cost, you get the potion. And you now land on a new land. Around 3 miles off from Ao. The city, the peaks of it in view. At first glance, it doesn't seem too far different from the Wildwoods. The flora and fauna a bit different, but not by too much. Clearly a neighboring country, so to speak. And the day is yours. What do you all do?
It's been a while since they let us out to play. The whole time coming into Aventol, if I may, Vin's just gazing at the horizon, and once we get down, she is like, oh, snap.
Tao, throughout the flight, would you say that Mias eventually came out of the meditative state?
Yeah, if you want to flash back and have that conversation.
We don't even need to play it out. I wanted to give her an update on things Mostly, though, I wanted to say that Czar is not himself.
Let's have this conversation
You
in
wanna have it?
character.
Okay.
Because this is important.
Okay. By all means. Well, okay. I don't know.
That's huge. It's her brother.
We met God. Her brother is not evil per se.
That is not
Question
something
mark.
you brush off.
Look, it's fine.
Sanus peeks his
Don't
head in. Oh, by
worry
the way, we
about
met
it.
God.
Oh lord. Okay. Imp, the night you take off, I want to say maybe a few hours after you actually begin, you see Mia exit her room, rubbing her eyes, and she just kind of looks around, a bit confused that we're in flight.
You been asleep?
Not quite. Talking with the other one.
You learned how to get in touch with them too?
Always kind of have. Strange. Have some new information.
Do you now?
It's, yeah. Some. Well, I thought it was over at Waterkeep, but, apparently I was wrong.
Let me guess, you got a new location or two somewhere around Xenon, where something pertaining to your friend living in your head there. They own something, you gotta go get it?
Not quite. Very similar to
Huh.
last time. More of those, druidic temples scattered across Xenon.
Well, that was close. Yeah, we had a bit of an interesting experience ourselves. When we stopped in Irithyll. I guess it's kind of just the usual at this point. Found some big ancient fuck-off door. Fought a weird guardian thing that could, like, manipulate space and time and all this jazz, and then,
As you do.
well, we kind of went through a door and met a god. It was
A god?
interesting. Yeah.
Another god?
Yeah, by his own admission, it's only a technical term. But we learned some stuff. Well, I missed it. I missed what you said.
Meow said, a guard?
Oh, I thought that was you just butchering the accent.
No. Sorry. Continue.
Now, it was a god, like, as a deity, and,
Gotcha.
yeah, we learned some stuff. You mind if we go in your room? It's kind of important.
Did they not hear it as well?
Yeah, but it's about Zar, and I don't know. I'd rather it be a one-on-one.
Alright.
Scoot in there. All right, look.
Sanus just puts his ear to the door, trying to hear anyway.
I would like to imagine, don't they know it? The camera just suddenly, like, quickly pans over to the three of us and we're just reading. Pans back over.
I think I'm gonna kind of just like plot myself. I don't know. Does she even have a chair in there? First of all,
There's
can I
a
make
hammock and a chair.
Can I make a perception check to see if I notice the two gremlins sitting outside the door?
Yes, make a perception check. Amble and Sanus make a stealth check.
I'm gonna cast Pass
Oh,
Without
boy.
Trace.
You got it.
Alright.
Oh, you
Sanus and Amble have a plus 10 to their stealth.
Alright then.
It's a 30 and a 20. Or 22.
Fucking rats.
Go ahead, roll perception.
18.
You are in privacy right now, my guy. No prying ears here.
Oh, I'm so bad. All right. Oh, I'm just gonna plot myself kind of on the floor and be like, all right, look. long story short, the guy we talked to, he is going to be keeping an eye on us. The whole lot of us, you and Gwyn included. We're apparently these things called Lightborn. For lack of a better explanation, it just means we're real fucking important.
Alright.
Which, based off of the past 6 months, yeah, that was pretty obvious. His whole shtick is that he's trying to end this cycle that's been going on for fucking knows who long about, with the calamity and then an era of peace, quote unquote. Apparently another calamity is right around the corner. Us dealing with that big ass dragon prevented one from kicking off. That being said, we still gotta don't have much time before another one probably rears its head, so he mentioned some places around Xenon that we need to visit. I guess much like your spirit telling you about more shrines to go visit, that'll gear us up, more or less. It's why we're heading over to Aventol right now.
Right.
But he did mention stuff about Zar specifically when I asked about it. Apparently, the spirit living in his head is a bit less nice than ours, and it's taking control of him. It's the spirit that is out and about right now, not the Zar we know.
So you're saying it's not our brother? It's some asshole?
Some asshole who's from fucking us 1,000+ years ago who's just using his body like a puppet.
I'm gonna beat the fucking soul out of his goddamn body.
Yeah, me too! So, good news, I guess. He's not gone off the fucking deep end. Bad news, though, is that it's gonna make things a lot more fucking difficult.
At least it's not him.
Yeah, I mean, when y'all were traveling, you just said he just vanished one day, right?
Yeah, it was, He started to act strange. And one night he just left.
Like, strange how?
Different tendencies, like it was weird tics, like things that Zar doesn't do.
And he just left. Fuck.
Maybe he's trying to protect me.
Or maybe the other one was starting to take a hold. I don't know. Well, whatever this other one is, has also got Amble's sister kind of in his claws. So, apparently, being a spirit ain't limiting that guy's power. In fact, he seems to be stronger now because of it. Not entirely sure what we can do, but hey, at least it's something. At least it at least means there's a chance we can get him back.
There's a chance.
There's a chance. I just thought you should know, because fuck me, we learned a lot of shit, but that was most poignant, really.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, just hoping we can figure that out sometime soon.
Yeah. Fuck. Other thing I wanted to ask. Have you wandered through the garden at all since you left?
Not really. Haven't been back since I left.
Alright. In the woods, you didn't spend a night in them by chance, did you?
We didn't have the money to use one of the teleportation circles out, so we had to walk. So, yeah, we spent a few nights.
Did anything happen?
No.
Interesting. Yeah, because when I was traveling through the woods with the party before, spirit living in my head just came out, like, physically, and fought off some nasties that were coming after us. talking with that god guy. Zazel was his name. Apparently, the spirits live in our heads. They can come out in the physical plane if we're in an area that has a lot of, from what I could glean, like dormant magical energy or some shit. Apparently, the woods are full of them. I
See.
was wondering if you've had any, had yours like come out in the real world and manifest in some way, shape, or form.
Well, and she kind of just flicks her hands and they both ignite. Yeah?
I mean, does that count?
I've only ever seen my spirit as this. Flame. Elements.
Eh. So I guess you don't need to have any of that energy around you to do that. Alright. Well, fuck.
Just a different kind of spirit, I suppose.
I guess. For being a god, the guy knew fuck all about, what we got going on, so... Not helpful in that regard.
Well, if what they say is true and this is a new phenomenon.
Yeah.
You said it was Zay... Oh, I need to make a religion check from Yes real quick. Okay, no.
Yeah, just... white skin looking tiefling. Definitely related to, Lorelei. Or something.
Interesting. Also,
Yeah.
by the way, you two, you can come in.
Oh, really? I rolled higher than a 19, though.
Yep.
Oh, good on her.
She's a druid that has high wisdom and proficiency in perception.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm slowly gonna walk away, just whistling. Nothing happened.
The door
Sanus
opens.
just walks in.
The door opens.
Sanus just walks straight in.
Mios walks past you, turns back. Amble, make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Let's see now. Strength save. 20.
Alright, you succeed. She starts walking
Do you
down
want
the
me to
hallway
hold him?
towards you.
Do you want me to hold him? I can hold him.
Don't worry, I got it.
Hi, Mias. What's
Grabs by the shirt,
Okay.
starts pulling towards her room,
Ah!
drags in. Now,
You just see, you like hear the door slam to their room one more time, and Vin just perks up. She's just like, "Huh, what the fuck?" Goes back
so
to
for
dozing.
starters, if either of you start creepily waiting outside of my room, I will fucking punch you. Just to start. Second, figure I might as well get as many people that are not busy here to say. I just finished speaking with my Aether spirit, and I was given 4 locations.
4.
4.
One in Aventol, one in the Frostborn, one in Sivorn, and one in Ubrix.
Oh, well, geez.
Oh, shit.
Seems like we're making the world tour then, huh? You wouldn't happen to know where, possibly? Or is this just somewhere?
A general area, somewhere in the deserts of Aventol. Somewhere volcanic in Ubrix. Seemingly a mountain range in the Frostborn, and a lake bed in Sivorn.
Well, guess we get to add you to the list then.
Either way, figured I'd let you all know.
That's
I'm gonna go
Oh,
back
thank
to
you.
sleep because that meditation was surprisingly tiring.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my room. Thanks for letting me know everything, Ilman.
Yeah, no problem. Alright, come on, you fucking creeps, let's go.
Eh.
I'm ushering them out.
I'm gonna go hang with Vin then.
Alright. But now we resume.
Oh, what happened?
We skip forward in time back towards landing on Aventol's land. Landing on the land.
Landing on the land.
But yeah, what do y'all do?
Start walking.
Well,
Where
Yeah.
did
if anything, I was gonna make a perception check to see if anyone else saw us landing, and like, I guess, are they freaked out or are they just like, ooh, airship?
We're 3 miles outside town. How did people not see us?
And also, if they're 3 miles away, you cannot see them.
Well, I'm saying if like anyone was like coming up the road, because I would imagine we came a little bit off the road.
Y'all are not close to any of the specific roads. Shad, you had a question?
Well, two things. Can we go back to the world map? Or the Aventol map, rather?
Yes. But
Thank you. Secondly, where did Mias say in Aventol?
In a desert. There's a big
No, that was...
big desert.
Oh, it was Aventol? Okay. Okay.
Hee
I was curious about
Yeah, what's the weather like, Tao?
let me roll on the random weather chart.
Yeah,
Oh, I should not have given you that power.
Cool acid rain. Survey says
It
to
is-
the benevolent forecaster.
It's cloudy, pretty average temperature. Light winds,
Fair enough.
very gentle
I w-
breeze.
Well, time to go explore another new place, my friends.
Yeah. Sure.
Sennis is like 50 feet away, already walking.
Is Orin with us?
I am sitting there looking at her and I'm like, do I bring you, girl?
Of course you bring Orin.
Yeah.
Bring the baby.
All right, I'm gonna jump on her and catch up with catch up with Santa's on Orin.
Is Mias hanging with the ship?
I'm gonna stick around, make sure this one doesn't get into trouble.
Very cool. We'll see you when we get back. And if we find out anything.
Righty.
Let's move!
And you all make your way towards the city of Ao. City named after the Sapphire Dragon built into this mountain range. You see some old abandoned structures near the top, high above the city itself. But the front gates of the city are fairly welcoming. They do stop you at first, mainly questioning the wyvern. But Amble does his usual song and dance, and without too much issue they are let through. You see a city filled with various different folk. Many half-elves, as you are all accustomed to. Far more dwarves than you've ever seen across any city in the Wildwoods. A few full elves. Some furbolgs here and there spotted around. Seems like the town is lively. Lots of trade, lots of craft. You get a vibe much more to Waterkeep, just without being above a lake, and without less water genasi.
But also still
Um,
built into the mountain, or are we at the base of it?
You're at the base of the mountain. There are some buildings that go up along the sides of the mountain, but is not nearly as grandiose and highly built as Everstone.
Okay.
Is there any landmarks as we're making our way in? Any important looking buildings?
Make a perception check.
Okay. 16?
Continue along the main road. You do find, eventually, entering into the main courtyard, like the main epicenter of the city. You see a beautifully carved statue of a pretty large dragon, even given the size of the statue itself. You presume it to be even bigger than the statue, which you can only presume to be a depiction of Ao.
Huh.
The wings furled, you see very ornately and delicately made bolts of lightning arcing around the figure.
Hey, Tao.
Yep.
I'm gonna do the thing.
Go ahead and roll Grim Psychometry.
Thunderbar.
Ooh.
Natural 20 for 27.
Well.
Time to...
There's not much to get, even with that.
Fair.
You get Ao, Bahamut's child. Sacrifice. That's all.
Okay. Seems like a pretty calm place.
Well, that's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, and not gonna argue that for once.
Yeah, but to hold something of, I guess, my ancestors here, that's... I wonder what I'm looking for. Actually, Sanus, can you look at my bow, possibly? Like we did back forever ago? Back in Everstone?
Benevolent DM, can I look at his bow?
Go right ahead.
Benevolent DM.
I like that's the nickname for this episode.
Benevolent DM. 24.
Nice.
You get a much stronger read on it than you did last time. You get flashes, glimpses of fleets of chromatic dragons with riders being led by the wielder of this bow. Training. Preparing. They felt safe here. And that's all you get.
Well, I got more from it than I did last time, though probably nothing that's gonna help us here.
Huh.
Unless, just to check though, did you mean safe here as in safe where they were with the person, or safe as in geographically here?
It's up to your interpretation.
Unclear, got it.
I mean,
So-
if they're... The way I took it as, if they're training and whatnot, I think they feel like it's a safe place, essentially. That's how I take it as.
Yes, but do they mean here as in AO?
Or safe as in just because they're with the previous Markix.
Exactly.
I take it as AO.
So, could be that AO was a training place for the Chromatic Dragon fleet, led by your ancestor. If that's the case, we might need to find some place that knows of your ancestor, or someone.
Maybe a sanctuary or a monastery.
Yeah, I was gonna be saying maybe a temple or something. Can I make a perception check to see if there might be one?
You don't need to.
Oh, okay.
Looking
Ah.
further down the street, you see a temple to Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon.
Ta-da!
Well,
Good call, y'all. Let's... Is there, like, any sort of symbol that depicts Bahamut, I'm guessing?
Yeah, there's the holy symbol, but real quick, first, Veneria Amble, get points of inspiration.
Ah!
I already have one, but I'll take it.
Lego double inspiration. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna write that down. Double inspiration.
Cool.
It's inspiration, but with uwu speak.
Gross!
But yeah, you see right down the street, essentially further in towards closer to the base of the mountain range, a temple with the Bahamut symbol emblazoned on the top, with a huge stained glass depiction of Bahamut. And you see at the current time of day with the light shining through, it's this brilliant display, very beautifully crafted temple.
I hold up my book with Amble beside me. We both look at it. We look at the symbol. We look at it. We look at the symbol. We start walking towards the building.
Yep. No words exchanged. We just do exactly that.
I give a wave to Satis and Imp. This away.
Well, that was convenient.
I think they want to pray to the Platinum God. I'm not quite sure why.
Platinum? I like platinum.
Imp, take negative inspiration.
Fuck you!
But yeah, it's not a difficult walk. The street's well busy, easy enough to get through. You get a few stray glances from the civilians, seemingly surprised that there is a wyvern in their street, But they're like, huh, that's about right. It's not like they're shocked and scared. It's like, huh, this is new. Okay.
Cool.
And for long, you make your way to the front doors of this massive temple. And you all enter?
Yeah, I certainly will.
Before we do, well, Amble, you certainly can if you want to. Before I enter, I'm just kind of looking around the place. I'm going to guess it looks old and ornate.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a history check.
Yeah, I'll do that. 13.
Low
roll for me.
Yeah, it's hard to accurately determine like how old it could be. You know, it's at least over 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like there's recent renovations, but like nothing huge, no overhauls.
Huh.
It's an old place.
Well, in I go.
The massive double doors are hard for you to open.
I was about to say,
you know what?
I was already there.
For giggles, I'll do it for giggles.
Go ahead, roll check.
Oh my god.
You all watch Vin approach, place both hands on the door, and with a 2, put their whole weight into it and start to push. You see it open like a little bit, and slowly continue to open. They're struggling, but it's slowly opening.
Oh, I was
Vin-
gonna say plot
Vin,
twist,
do you-
they're pull doors.
I feel
Vin, do you need to help?
like-
Do you need some help?
I don't know, I like watching though.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You almost fall forward, but are caught by Sanus, thankfully, as he pushes both the doors open effortlessly.
I just give you the sternest fucking look ever and just like, thanks, dude.
Hey, you asked for
Slowly
help.
Slinks in. Yeah, I know. Ass.
Calm down there, you fucking old couple. Goddamn.
You see this massive temple with many different rows for people to sit and pray and attend ceremony. Many different stained glass depictions of the Platinum Dragon, as well as several other gods that would be considered close allies. And far off, you see a well-robed individual, a blue dragonborn. Very, very ornate outfit, very regal, very high priest aesthetic, so to speak. And they look towards you as you all enter and just give you all a nod.
I'll nod back. It seems customary.
He was just giving you a nod.
Fair enough. Hello.
You all approach. He's like on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you all within this place.
Excuse me. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
We come from quite far. We're visitors from the Wildwoods, and we're here to kind of potentially discover answers. We were hoping somewhere like this might be able to help us.
Well, you found the right man. My name is Anton. I'm the chronicler and high priest of this temple.
Pleased to meet. My name's Veneria.
A pleasure.
This is my group. We are travelers from the Wildwoods, and, well, we're kind of here to assist him. And I throw a thumb back at Amble.
I guess I just give kind of like a shy wave, like, yeah. We're looking for possibly, I guess, history or knowledge of, I guess, my ancestors of the Chromatic Dawn, right? DM?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything meaning of the Chromatic Dawn, or even really of my ancestors of a Markex.
You see at you mentioning this, his expression is a bit more surprised. Huh. Markex. You are a Markex?
Yes, I am.
Huh.
You know.
I've been keeping the lore here for my entire life, and have read through it many times. General Markex was, well, A good friend to Bahamut.
I've
Helped in the war against Tiamat.
I've only heard bits and pieces of, well, his doings, and I'd like to know more. And supposedly, possibly, he might have left something here for me.
I see. There's tradition, many traditions, within here, and within the Chromatic Dawn. I must say, as much as I would love to show you the path, by, well, tradition and the wishes of the previous Markex, I cannot allow you to enter the training grounds of old quite yet.
Alright, well, any leads or directions, I guess, would help.
You've surely seen them upon entering the city, high up above the city here, near the peaks, where the dragons would make their homes, the old abandoned structures.
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
That is the location you seek. But I can't with good heart permit travel there without... How do I put this? Ample trial. To enter the training grounds of old is to be one with the Chromatic Dawn, to be part of their ranks. I have not walked there, and I've allowed no one to for the past generation, and my father and my father's father before me. We've kept it sanctioned off. So, perhaps some sort of trial, too. Not that I doubt you all, to prove you truly are Markex.
I'm gonna whip around the Sun's Iris and just kind of present it in front of him.
He just looks upon it. I noticed it.
This was his weapon. But I mean, if you feel that the need of a trial is needed, then so be it.
I would say, for the sake of my tradition, if you would, it would be preferred.
I'll just simply nod. I wouldn't want to break those traditions then.
Thank you. It should be simple enough for you. Walk these lands and help its people. Give to them what you would your family. And return when you feel like you're ready.
I guess I'll nod again and be like, well, thank you. We'll see you soon then.
Of course. And you all exit the temple?
Yeah.
Alright.
Great charity work.
I feel like I'm gonna make my way out of the temple, but like stop before heading out, and then I guess, would there be any statues of Bahamut nearby or anything?
There's no statues, but there's the stained glass portrayals all across the temple.
I don't know where I want to go with this. I almost feel... I feel like I should have some kind of connection with, I guess, everything here, since I guess, really, there's a lot of, there's a lot of importance that, you know, the General Markix has, and I don't know if I have that same feeling or not. I mean, I know I've had the same blood, and essentially I'm following his footsteps, but I just don't know if I'm there.
Hence the trial.
Hence the trial. Okay, well, I guess pondering that, I guess I'll head back out.
Alright. Entering once more into the streets of Ao. Is there anything else you would all like to do in the city before continuing on your way?
Well, guys, I know that's kind of a bust, but, well, any idea where to go now?
It's not necessarily a bust. If anything, it actually should be considered a huge lead. Let's go see what we could find. Maybe we should head for the capital.
Or, just check out the city first.
Yeah.
We could also do that.
I
We
mean,
are strangers in a new land, after all.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Yep, and they told us to walk the land.
Well,
Oh, no.
want to go see the sights?
Alright, see Amble, you can walk across the continent. We'll meet you there.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll just fly around on Orin, It's
It'll
fine.
work perfectly.
that's not walking.
It's close
That's
enough.
cheating. Nah.
I mean, really, I'd like to check out the place a little bit more. Maybe I'll get some, well, I don't imagine I will, but anything to learn more about this guy. I'm going to pat Aeon Storm at my hip. Would be pretty neat.
That's not a bad idea either. Well, lead the way then.
And as you all begin to walk out throughout the city of Ao, we pull back away from the party. See the vastness of Aventol. We see a single town shrouded by a sandstorm. A few figures on horseback riding towards it. We see a dark corridor with equipment scattered about. We hear heavy breathing and the rushed footsteps of someone running. We see a single temple hidden away, winds beating against it. We see a single silhouetted individual, alone in a workshop. We see two sets of forests, one ivory and one onyx. A figure shifting, retreating further, deeper into them. We see a single emerald embedded in a stone. That's where we'll pick up next session.
Cheeky.
Much to discover.
Yeah,
Yee-hoo.
boy.
Wow.
Yee-hoo.
Where do we start now? Jesus.
Everywhere.
Welcome to the new continent. All right.
God.
Well, I
damn.
suppose we'll see you all next time.
Or will we? Actually, yeah, we will.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Definitely. I would like
I
to.
hope it
Amble's
doesn't die
walking.
here. That sucks.
God, not again.
Unfortunate tragedy. All right, bye.